So how's it going, everybody? Hope your week has been good. It's Wednesday anyway. Um, the weather has changed, so we might have a few more people in today instead of sunning themselves after it was gorgeous yesterday. Absolutely gorgeous. So what I am going to do today, if you saw the post yesterday, I finished. Well, I blocked out. I haven't finished this left shoulder and back up here. I had to hack into the armature and the right in the backside. The only tool I have is Apple, and we want to do that. So the X people were looking already to do this side. You can just about see it in there. In there, that there, in there. You can see I've cut a bit out of it as well. That there. That's 16mm NBF. Great for making an armature and great for hacking about. If you've got a jigsaw, but you don't have. So I had to hack that out with a standard bit. That's a couple of years out. So that there is finished off. I've angled this side as well. See that? Yeah, I've angled that side as well. So my intention at the end is that he's a classy dude. So it's going to be a classical stroke, and I wanted that tapering look either side. So I've done that side, and today is what I'm going to start with. Now, you can see that the other one is nice and finished. That's how it started. It started out as messy as all of that. So what I'm going to do is hopefully within the hour, I'm going to block that out so you get to see how I get from a basic X armature out to a shoulder. I'm pretty much have done the same with the rest of the head. I worked in one area, I built it out, and then walked on to the next area and the next area. That's the way I sort of tend to work, and especially when working with limited materials, I only have a certain amount of blocks of clay. So, lads, if anybody wants to donate me clay, I'm giving stuff for free, so I'm going to stick some my way too. But what I'm going to do is, the reason why I'm doing tinfoil is so it's cheap and it allows me to sculpt with the tinfoil, and I can create a layer of clay with the tinfoil, even less if I want to. And once that there, it's like an Easter egg, this bit here. It's all hollow. So that there, I can push down on it now, and it is solid. But at the minute, it's all over the place. This is falling around the place. I'm really going to put a sheets on here, and I have loads of clay in here ready to work with. And the clay it's got a good high temperature. Well, that's the question. I think he's with us. Hey, Ed asked a question during the week, and it was, where do I get the oven? So that oven there, I got from Argos, got it in Galway, but you get it around the country. It cost me €70, and you can't see now, I think you can see, but the two hops on top. There is another one that you can get, and it is an Aldi or Lidl, and it's 40 quid. So you don't have to spend a lot of money. And Ed was saying, through the bread oven, as long as it goes to, say, above 70 degrees, you're cooked. An important one is that you can't see it on this, but there are settings on the right hand side. With these ovens, it's not a microwave, it is an oven, so you need a setting that is on. So there's a timer, and it goes for 60 minutes. But you need a setting that is on. So once I come in here and I switch it on, I usually leave it on until I'm finished. What I did yesterday, leave it on all night. And there was little puddle of clay at the bottom, so don't do that. So I have all that ready to rock and roll. It's all cut up, and for people that don't know, what you do is you get a block. Wow, now this is green. This is red. I don't really like using this anymore. Argos are not delivering that open at the minute. Sad face. Hmm, that's crap. Then what I would do is I'd go to DID or somebody like that. You absolutely can get a bread oven for around 40 to 60 euro. As long as it goes to 70 degrees, the bread oven it can well go over that. Put the block inside, take the cellophane off, stick it inside, leave it in there for a wee while, the whole thing will heat up, and then cut it with one piece. And that's there. No, I've used that. I'm actually using this as sculpt as well. And you can see on the side, here, especially on the back, it's nice and smooth. But here, you get that shape in here, and you'll see how gnarly and bumpy it is when I start. And to get it, I use this with that. Now that's how you're getting deals, you're getting this price. If you want a really, really good one, you do the Alphas. And what it is the body with brilliant. Get that in your kit. You'll always use it. Peter O'Brien. How's it going, Peter? Station Wheeler, what's the story? So this clay here is heated up, and I'm ready to sort of lash into doing this shoulder. So that's what I want to get done today. I want to get the whole off. It's annoying me that the bits from done, bits from not done. I know the bits I have to go back on and space and screw it up, and haven't talked about texture yet. But I want to get an as the finish first, and then I'll lash into it with texture and stuff like that. So, rock and roll. So what I've done is what I did earlier was I stopped this, I measured this, and I measured it off that bus that you see just behind me, that white bus. That they're buses that I buy I used to, I made my own. So I've sculpted that. I'm pretty happy with that. It's not finished, but I want to mirror it over this side, and I've seen loads of people on here, not keeping out, but tearing the hair out with symmetry. So what I'm trying to do is recreate that, this side. The other thing, the back side, is that I don't think that you can see that the board is tilted. I'm going to have his head slightly tilted, so therefore his shoulders might be slightly tilted. So once I start sculpting this in, I'll have to tilt that down as well. But, packing the tin foil, and I don't use glue. The reason why I don't use glue on it, and I see a lot of people use glue, you can have to do this in if you want, but what's brilliant is that if I make a mistake, or I'm going, or maybe it's just in the natural flow of doing it, I want to push in more, or I want to rip a bit out, but I can, and it's not glue together, it's just stuck together with the tape. So what I'm doing is, anybody that knows me, all these cups are filled with blocks of clay. So the what was it called again? I call them shims, and it's that there. What you do is that's the biggest one, that's the handiest one. Now I have another one here, but I find this bit. I have another one here, and it's a paint scraper. That there, not very flexible. This one here, it is very flexible. Now that there, I use that for doing flat paste for makeup. And this one here is too flexible, but absolutely brilliant for what I'm about to do. So I call them shin, or some people call them scrapers. If you go into Halfords, you'll see them. There's a pack. I think it's got a blue or red top on them, and they're not expensive. Now, what I do is when I cut off the block, cut it into little chocolate pieces. And when I'm doing this, is I squash the chocolate piece into, squash the little blocks that I make into about 4 mil, not even that thickness, and then I layer it on. And I don't want to put too much pressure on it, and I haven't squished the little crap out of the tin foil. But the great thing with the tin foil is I haven't really sculpted this yet. I just want to get the clay on, and how it's going in. And Captain, what are you saying? are they? I don't know what they mean. So the tinfoil I can go in, or I can add there, or if it's too far in, I can get my hand in it and push it out. That's going to happen up here. I've done that with the other side. Now, the tinfoil, what I usually do is keep them. These are the rolls that that's the tinfoil that comes on it. So it's like a toilet roll. And what I use them, I cut them in half, and especially in here, you can see that massive cavity in there. And it is going to collapse in on itself at the start. Eventually, it will not. Hey, Mayor. Um, what are the chocolate cups? What are the cups that hold the chocolate pieces of clay? They're just coffee cups. I buy them in 1,000 in a box. But literally, if you bought a coffee cup, keep the coffee cup, clean it out, and use it. These are double wall. They don't need to be single wall. It's fine. But any cup. I see people using metal. Anything metal, I find just beats off. This doesn't. The clay inside is nice and warm. So cut this up, and then I use these as little supporting buttresses. I don't keep them in there. There was ones in here, but it's all hollow now. But once all that comes together and it is it cools down, it's solid, absolutely solid. What I'm going to do is try and lash this on. I'm going to sculpt it a bit, and then later on I'm going to sculpt it more. But what I want to do is just get the basic form shape on in here. How you get it? So I don't know, lads, if everybody has gone into the competition, but if you want to have a go at winning the tools, these are the type of tools, the loop tools that I make. Have a go. I'm going to announce the winners next Wednesday. My kids are going to pick them. They're very excited about that. And I also was talking last week about if anybody wanted to sculpt a skull. So what I've done is I've done some prep work, and I have I'm sort of giving you all the reference that you would need to sculpt a skull. The reason why I'm saying to sculpt a skull is because it's the very first thing that you need to sort of, if you want to do this type of work, you need to understand the anatomy of the skull. If you don't understand the anatomy of the skull, this stuff can be very difficult. And I wouldn't say that, like, I don't know that, I don't have the names of all the different parts of the skull, but I do have in my head, all sorts of different references. It should be this, it should be this. And what I've done on the reference, I've simply made it grids, and it's the overall size of the actual skull is 70 mil by 105, so it's 105 down, 70 mil across, and I'm going to give that out. And what would be cool is that if we can get as many people doing it as much as possible, and then we can. I don't know how I'm going to do this, lads, but we'll see. Then I could do it on my website actually, but what would be cool is we all submit what we've done, and then we do a gallery of all the skulls that we've created. I will have a go, yeah. Like I don't see why we can't. If we do a muscle one after the skull, we have the skull. So that's the first thing I would start with would be the skull. This dude I know, yes, it's the bank. I'm talking about the stuff. And he has done skulls, but the skulls are, I think I mentioned this, the skulls are famous cartoon characters, and you can actually see the cartoon characters in the skull. It's fantastic. But that would be the first thing that you would do would be the skull. So that's, let us get that one over with, and then we'll talk about flesh and muscle after that. I'm afraid to answer that question how much they have used. I think at this stage, actually, I know for a fact I've gone through a box and I bought vitamin boxes, and the box holds 40 pounds. Each block's 2 pounds. I've gone into my last block, and so that must be 22 blocks of clay in this setup. Not bad. That's exciting. So go back to the skull. What the way I've designed the reference is it's 70 mil wide, 105 deep. So it is it's not fully half size. The reason why I've made it that fits onto an A4 easily. You can print it out easy, and it will also will have enough clay within one block of shebang. So what I suggest is I'm going to announce this all properly next Wednesday. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a class like this. And no, not 20 kgs. Is it? Hold on a second. I'll just clarify that. Yeah, about 20 kgs. Yeah, it's like a bag of cement. And the weight of it, that's how much is on this. And now I have a proper easel, sculpting easel, but it usually can swivel. You can see it swivel. It usually sits on that like a little Allen key. And I have had to take it off, and it literally sits on the main structure now because so go back to the skull. It would be cool if as many people will hop on board this as possible, and we'll do a gallery space of all the skulls at the end. And I have more reference, but the initial skull one that will get us started. And it is a PDF document, so you just print it out. Everything on it will be the size that it's supposed to be, so you don't have to even think about it. Because last week, we were talking about reference, and I was saying that I like all of these, well, not all of them, but most of them, the main foundations of reference that I've used are blown up to the size that I've actually discovered it to, so we don't have to think about it. So this fella is 2 to 1, and double the human size. So with the skull reference, you don't have to think about it. So I'm going to fully announce. I'm going to do a little bit more work on it. I'm going to fully announce that next Wednesday. But you need 1 block of clay. The other thing I'm going to do is, unfortunately, I'm not using them anymore. And I have to figure out how to send these. I don't know how to send these yet, but I'm going to do a competition again as well, so that somebody can get a block of clay. And I have 2 blocks, so I'm going to send them out. But I have to figure out how to send them yet. The tools are not a problem. But so I'll announce that next Wednesday, lads. If you want to have a sneak peek, go up onto the website. It's already there. Have a look at it, peruse it, think about it, and say, yeah, I'll be up for that. And lads, it doesn't have to be perfect at all. The whole point is that we're sculpting together. And then we do a gallery space and see, so we can see everything works. Right, I'm going to try and lash this on. And while I'm talking, this is actually cool. No, I need another block. It's ridiculous. The amount of play that this thing has taken is immense. And could I figure out how much? No. Well, I didn't really think about it at the start. So that's the block of clay, and to prep it and get it all, as I said, made into chocolatey pieces, sticking in the oven. So, if people want to do the skull, let me know. Send me a message. I've only 4 people who want to do it so far. and I want to do a hell of a lot more than that. So message me, tell me that you're interested, and what we'll sort of out. Again, skull is the best. It's the foundation, so it's the best thing to be able to start off with. And if you want to have a sneak peek, look at the website. It's up there, tomsondesign.com. That's nice. When you can just drag it across the tin foil, I'm not squishing the tin foil. And this is that little bit cooler. It takes a little bit of pressure to be able to push it on. So don't heat it up more, and then you can literally put it on there and drag it across. And what's really cool is then you can, what I love is when everything starts becoming the same color. I would even do that, like, I used to do loads of sci-fi stuff, and making spaceships, and making widgeting and whacking it and stuff out of it, all sorts of stuff, with typewriters, with computers, and what was brilliant was whacking it with some great primer. It became one color, you could see exactly what it was. This will become all one color. Now, what I like doing as well, when people do say it would be working on a bust like that, it's white. What I like to do is paint it well, they call it bust paint, and that's a fancy name for it. But what it is they brought that down to being cubed, and they have got that machine to scan it, and it finds out exactly what color it is, mixed up the paint. It's acrylic based paint, it's just basic paint, and that's what I use to put on these busts. Then I put the clay on. The whole bust, you don't see white, and some of them can be grey, some of them can be yellow. You just see red. So there's no distractions. You don't need distractions when you're doing this stuff. You need to be able to work on it as easily as possible. Distractions when you get it right. Now, that's pretty much not done, but you can see already. I can put it from that to the top. And I'm going to start in here. Now, I have, this is not fresh stuff, I use it on something else, you can recycle it. So when I use, I think some of this stuff is from the eye in the background there, and the ear in the background. I did the same with the ear and the eye, and I just need to box them. Yeah. Sorry for the noise. So, if you want to do the skull, and lads, you don't have to be sculptors to be able to do this. Let's just have a go. If you're afraid of doing it, it's brilliant. Have a go. Now you can see there, I'm building this out. I'm not really worried about the anatomy yet. I'm going to sort that out in a minute. And I'm going to look at this fella here. I was looking at him, but he's way too small. So I'm moved on to him. I'm still using this fella here because he's flayed being used in skin. And this fella hopefully is flayed there, so it's still pretty much. And that's what I'm going off to make it not anatomically correct. Now, once I get that on there, substance where you can't see. So I'm squishing the plate, getting it on. And what's nice about here is I actually can get underneath and I can squeeze it together and I can push it out or push it in. Barbara Parkinson, how's it going with you? Uh, this stuff here, lads, takes it takes a while. It does take a while. But if you think about it, this is the foundations of your stuff. You want to get it right. You want to spend some time on it. You get it wrong, or you're going to have already have to do it. You're going to have to hack into it. This is a Stanley blade and rework it. But great thing about doing it this way, as opposed to somebody who would paper. Last week he said, "Do I use chicken wire?" No, I don't. And one of the reasons I don't is so I can hack into this with a Stanley knife. And, whereas with a well, we could with chicken wire, but it's not really hard to do. Now, if we get to it will be a stage. Now, anatomy wise, lads, I haven't thought about it yet. I'm just trying to get clay on here, and then tin foil with clay on it, and I can push it up, I can squish it in, and then I can do that. Kevin McNeena, what's the story? You should be grabbing some clay. No, no, no. Yeah, that's completely wrong. That's okay. I'm going to correct a whole lot of it once I can get all this tin foil on. And it is a bit annoying at the start, starting. But once you get it started, you get a bit stuck on, and then it's stuck on. You know that it's fall off. And make sure that the clay is warm or it will fall off. Once you've started, it's a lot easier after that. Far easier after that. Just make sure you can see, and you can see where I'm not too sure if this is down to me not using warm clay and sticking around well enough. You can see that massive crack. I actually think that's down to me just I've been hitting my hands and it's been cracking a little bit. I don't care about that. I'm going to if it cracks a little bit, moves. It's still solid. I'll just finish. So lads, very little music today. I'm gonna have to sort that out. If there's music people out there, let me know what the hell I can play on YouTube. Because this was out live and it was out live obviously on Instagram and Facebook. And I can't use certain music. So there's people out there who are friends who would like me to plug the music, absolutely brilliant. Let's do it. Let me know if there's any royalty free music that's half decent because the stuff I've listened to so far is crap. And definitely will not listen to it. Now you can see that this here is moving. Do not worry about that. I never even thought of it. You'd be a person to know. So I'm gonna have to sort out a playlist or something of decent music, that I won't be screwed with. Because I actually do think that that's what happened. No, I thought that didn't what happened with the EO, but it did happen with one of the demos, and people were saying they can't hear me, and I was trying to explain something. Now, so I'm going to go out again, and then I'm going to go down. I'm going to build this up because if I build this up and sort of go around and then around and then around, it'll all go itself together. And what I'm also going to do is on this side here, there is a height there. I'm going to measure that up and get it here. Once I've got all that done, then I can whack into it. I'll leave a hole in here So I pushed it back, pushed it down, and then we started putting in this place is small. Oh my god, this is not. This room was made to be a really small play room for my kids, and that's great that I have it. But literally, for me to put the camera there, I have to close the door, then move out and back up. Very little space, and then I decided to make that. So, single skin, not enough. Double skin, it works really well. And excuse the noise. Now, it is fiddly. It is well fiddly to start it. But you can see that, like that in there is completely hollow. And that's the way I'm going to do it. Josh Woodward. Have to look at him, so. Yeah, classical music. I'll have to have a go at that. So that is it 100 years? Is it? I thought it was 70. So anything over that, we don't have to. We don't get screwed. Now, that look. So what I'm going to do is try and get this stuck down, get this stuck to the side, get it stuck up there, and start building this shape up for the short. You can roughly see that shape forming in there. But it's a bit fiddly to get this stuck down. So that's the first thing I need to do is to get it stuck down. And it's like anything else, if you're hot gluing something down, you have to bit of even welding. You have to do a welding a little bit, then a little bit, then a little bit, and then start building and forming itself. Again, I want to keep a hole in here, so I want to be able to, I am going to be sort of doing stuff you can't really see. But I'm going to put my hand in here and put the clay onto the surface of the tin foil. I will flip it around once it's done. Now I want to keep an eye. I don't want to go too high. I don't want to go too low. I want to keep roughly in the same dimensions. That's the other side. As I said, his head is tilted down, so his shoulders will not be bang on perfect. I will not be putting. I will not be. I'll be talking to this. It will. Hold on. Yeah, this way. Now, the reason why I'm doing color is two reasons: cost and this is solid. What I'm trying to do is get that stuck on there. Now, just be careful as soon as it hits them, not necessarily the tin foil, but it hits the other clay, it starts building them really quickly. And I want to get it stuck to the tin foil. No one owns the copyright written before 1900. I did not know that. That's something good to know. Rob Clifford, the big red dog, can't come outside right now. I've never heard anybody fight before like that. Yeah. So, trying to get this built up. That's exactly what I did the other side. There's a dude, and he's an stop motion animator, but he's an artist, Jim McKenzie. He's on YouTube, he's not, but if you look on Instagram, he does these sort of surreal sculptures, and he uses his, I think his dog is a pug. I'm not sure. He's a pug. So he does these sculptures. A lot of them of himself, a lot of them of the dog. But have a look at the stuff he does, and he just uses tinfoil. It is absolutely astonishing. So if he can do it just with tinfoil, then maybe this will be okay, reflect. Okay, well, cool. Now, what I want to keep an eye on, and that's something that people do an awful lot, is to get into the stuff and get into what they're doing, switch off the brain and don't measure anymore. Keep on measuring, because this will go fairly wing very quickly. This is stuff that is not straight. So metal ruler, brilliant. Add an arc, hold in one spot. Hold in one spot and drag it back. I want this to ying, really as if it was sculpted out of marble. Now, I'm not obviously not. Well, I want it right. You know it's going to be lower, but I want to get it equal first, and then I can adjust it. What I'm trying to do is get that R up to the right height, the right way to get there. And get this stronger first. And my bridge. Now down here is not going to be silicone. Down here. What's going to be silicone is from around here up. Down here will be either fiberglass or polyurethane resin. But there's no need to do silicone down here. So I'll do silicone to about here. And then what I want to do is I'm going to slush this in silicone. So when I mold it, and that's another word we can talk about. Trying to figure that out in my head, and going to get some funding to deal with that crack, I tell you, on cost. But I'm going to mold it, slush it in silicone, and once I've slushed it in silicone's only going to be maybe 8 mil. Now it's hard to say because once you slush it, it sort of goes all over the place on the inside. It's very hard to keep it uniform. This is not injected. You could do an injected mold to make a core, and then you know exactly what's going into it. But once I've done the silicone down here, I'm going to put fiberglass on the inside once it's fully gone off, and then, or to use polyurethane resin. Then inside the head will be polyurethane resin, or fiberglass, and then fiberglass will be down here as well. So that will be the core. So I'm sort of doing the core the opposite way around. How I'm going to do it. Now, as I said this to students an awful lot, you should plan out what the way you're going to do it even before you start sculpting. I know that might be a weird way of thinking about it. But you should have, if you're the one that's sculpting it, obviously if you're not the one sculpting it, how can you do that? You should try and have a plan in your head of what the way you're going to do it, because the way you might end up doing it might compromise the process in some way if you haven't really thought about it. So think about it now. It might change, but think about it now. You can see that this takes time. No, it's not. I know it's probably the most. It's probably a boring process, but I think it's a good thing to know how to do. And people have been asking me how did I stuff that, because people who have been sort of tuning in have seen it at the raw stage, and they wonder what did I use. So that's literally what I use. This. Now, when I squish that down, that's probably going down to, I don't know, about 3 mil. That's all that's in it. So again, lads, I'm going to do a skull sculpting workshop. And I want to try and get as many people doing that as possible. I'm going to leave Beckett for a wee while. Unlike anybody else, we keep doing something all the time. I want to get demented. Well, more demented than I am anyway. And so what I've decided to do is a skull workshop. So if you want to get part of that or get in on it, just send me a message. Let me know who wants to do it. And you can comment here and share it, lads. I'm going to launch it next week. Share it around. See how many people we can actually get doing this. It'd be cool if we can get a bunch of people doing it. And I have prepped references with measurements. So it's all right. You don't even have to think about it. You just have to copy it. And I will do it as well. So you can see me do it. And you can do it at home. All you will need is one block of shebang. One of them. So if you get one of them, where can you get them? You get them from OPM. You get them from MBFG, My Big Friendly Giant. You get that from Titanic, Feck. You get it from Mold Life. You get it from Neil's Materials. You get from loads of places. And what it's called, Shebant NSP. One I use is how you made. How do you spell Shebant? Just make sure I get this right. CHAVANT. Shebant. CHAVANT. What it is a sulfur-free plastiline. PLASTELINE. It comes in 2 pounds, or in our money it's 906 grams. I think it's backwards for the year seems. NSP, non-sulfur-based plastiline, and that's what it is. So I've designed it in a way that you get it well out of the block, and so it'll be 70 by 105. That's the size. And the way I've done it, it's fairly self-explanatory, and I will give you more references as well. I will do it with you, and even if people are lost, they can send me some photographs, and we can get it back on track. So what I want to try and do is experiment with this as well, and see how we can do something over the interweb, and actually do something together, and see if I can actually help you over the interweb. If you've got less than a block, what you can do, you could do it the same. But what I'm going to do is this. I have one of these. Now I'm going to put the skull on top of this. This is literally just an armature. You can make this yourself. This is one I bought, but when I saw it, I was going, I paid good money for it, and I was looking at it and I'm going, I can make that. The base is literally a shelf. This here, block of wood. This here is aluminium. This armature aluminium, and what you probably can't see, but what it is there's a hole straight through that block. No, not straight through, but into that block, and it's screwed into that the base. There's about 4 lengths in here, and it's pushed down into that hole, and then there's a lighter gauge aluminium on the outside wrapping around. that there will last you forever, and you can do full size heads on that. I'm just going to do the skull on top of that. But let's say you didn't have anything, you can just use your hands. Say, oh wait, say to me, get some tinfoil, make a ball on about, I don't know, about 50 mil, maybe 60 mil, and then put the clay on the outside of that. So you could use a half a block would be loads to make this skull. So yeah, some clay, lads. There's a bunch of people in the house. Get one block, and one block would probably do 3 skulls if you use tinfoil. Same as what I'm doing, but I wouldn't suggest a hollow. Scrunch a ball up, even scrunch it up into a sort of a skull-like shape. And if you want to have a goo, I'm going to launch this on Wednesday, lads. I'm going to do a little bit more work on it. If you want to have an early goo, go onto the website and go into streams, live streams, and there's past streams there if you want to look at them, and the sculpt the skull. So have a look at it. It's PDF, so when you print it out, it will be the size that it's supposed to be. I hope. I think I've done it that way. I've printed it out here. So I've literally done what, I'll actually show it to you. So this is what you will get. And you've got a left, right profile, you've got a front profile. Not going to really worry about the back. You have grids, it's gridded up, and those grids, you can see that, like, if you actually understand the anatomy of the face, it's in thirds. So that's exactly what I've done. So that there's a PDF. I printed it out, I've measured it, and it's exactly what it should be. It should be 70 by 105. So have a look, and I will be launching it. I won't be doing it next Wednesday. I'll be launching it next Wednesday, talking about it more. I will be putting out a post and trying to get as many people on board as possible. So when it comes out, lads, share it around. See if we can get loads of people, and let's see if we can actually sell Feck and Shabbat out of the country. Actually, I heard that from the sculpting, not the tool making tutorial I did. That's also on the past streams. That the place that I mentioned to get the KNS from is sold out. Should be getting commission. So I'm trying to get this built up, lads. It is a slow process, and I really don't want to actually screw this up. But like you can see that there, it is only like 3, 2 now. Now you can see, look, this is, I love it when this happens. That there is floppy. That is not. See there that it's not. And I can start sliding the new stuff on. It might push in. Definitely stick your hand back in, push it back out. The brilliant way of getting a shape, the shape you want, but saving. Any questions, lads? How is everybody? And as I mentioned, if you want to do the skull and you have no sculpting tools, go in for a chance to win some sculpting tools that I've made myself. Look, it's on Instagram and Facebook. Have a look at a couple of last, the second last post. Have a look. You can see it. Enter it, and I'll do the results next Wednesday. Now that is mad. I didn't expect. No, I have not been in for. No, there's a good few people up here now, so maybe I love fish, so I was actually thinking of going down with a harpoon and getting some fish, which I've done before. But I don't know. Are you allowed in the water or not? So does anybody out there know that? So I haven't been in the water yet, and I don't know. I know the beaches have been blocked off, but you hear about the guy who went to I don't know where he is in the country, but he went to get new puppies or something, and he was arrested and 4 weeks in jail. So I don't want to be doing that for just getting a second swim. Now again, lads, I'm not really worried. You can see that there it's building up. I'm not worried about the detail and the anatomy of it. I'm roughly putting it in. I'm not really worried about it yet. I just want to get the general form and shape in. Once I have that and the clay is cool, I can move from shape around. What's cool as well is if you understand costuming, I can dart it and squish it back and stick it back together with some fresh tape. That's only 2 layers of tin foil. Hold on a second. Fantastic, Paul. Thanks for asking. Myself and the missus would like to do a skull. She's a bit apprehensive about it. She's not in the industry, but she's going to give it a go. We don't have to be in the industry, so I'm not doing it. Like, there's a lot of people in the industry watching this stuff, which, and some people don't get to see it now, so see the replays. But this is for everybody. The way I've done the skull, I think it's very easy to follow. If you don't, tell me, and I'll try and figure out better ways of doing it. Matt Damon was seen down swimming in Dalkey the other day. You think I'd be grand, do you? So I'm not just doing this stuff for people in the industry, so that shouldn't be a block straight away. I'm doing this for people who just want to pass away time and maybe learn something new. And absolutely, have a go. Even if you don't think you can do it, have a go. I think you'd be very surprised. And if you're apprehensive or you're getting nowhere with it, I'll help you. I will try and do it as much as possible to help people push their sculpts along. And it would be, I'm not too sure how we're going to do that yet, but I think this would be a great exercise to figure out how the hell we're going to do that. And how I can't literally reach out and touch a clay, but be able to do it some other way. Am I based? Where are you? I am based in Ireland. I'm based in Spittle in Galway. Just say the harpoon is my PPE. Yeah, I get away with that all right. I'm gonna shut that off, lad. That's my brother. He is a paramedic and he's working nights at the minute, so give me time to read it. He's going to get an earful when he's getting, and he's going to be really embarrassed when he finds out that he's just interrupted one of these. So he knows I did it. So I'm going to build this up as well. Again, I'm not worried about an athlete, and I know there's a bit in here that actually goes in. I might even do that now a little bit. I just want to bridge this, and I want to get. What I would like to do is on the other side. I'd like to replicate the ridge that's on the other side. Once I've replicated that ridge on the other side, all of this here, it's like it's self-containing then, and it can hold itself up. And then I push it and move the shape, cut it, whatever I need to. And that's what I'm trying to do now. Now, a lot of people might not do it this way, and that's okay. Some people might do chicken wire. Originally, I was going to do it in polystyrene, and just put a thin coat. A lot of people do that way. I think it's Jamie Salmon. Jamie Salmon. No. Jamie Salmon, he 3D. So I think it's Jamie Salmon. He 3D prints out. He does it in I don't know what maybe or ZBrush, and he prints out the whatever size it is, and he does oversized work as well. 3D prints it out, and but always about about 2 mil or maybe a mil of a layer will be done in clay, and you do it that way. I don't have a 3D printer. And I don't have, and I think my wife would go absolute spare if I said that I was going to do this in polystyrene in this house. She'd actually tell me it. I think it's good I'm getting away with what I'm getting away with. Sorry, there was a question there. 1 second. Donut. I am based in Ireland, looking to get an internship somewhere to show my portfolio and suggestions. Don't send me a message. Not that everybody's not working at the minute. What hardness of Shaban? The Shaban that I'm using is medium. Jamie Sam. It is Jamie Sam. Thought it was. He's brilliant stuff. Look, lads, if you don't know Jamie Sam, look him up. Now, Facebook, stay with me. Instagram, I'm going to have to flip you over. I'm going to switch it back on. Thanks to Kathy, and now that I know how to do that. I actually want to finish this today. So I'm not going to finish the whole lot. I want to get it done. So then the next time I come back to it, I just whack into it and get the shapes all right and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, don't send me a message and. Starts up now. But as I said, people are literally, I know it's not working. Jesus Christ, loads of people are making PPE gear. Yeah, no, I see. Paddy comes up. It has a countdown for me. It says that I have a minute remaining. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to. I have a block in there. It's probably going to take a bit. Well, it is going to take more time. I want to get this done, so I'm going to stay on for a wee bit longer. So stay with me if you want. Now that, believe it or not, that's what I'm talking about. You get into a scope, and I thought I'd know the cup in there. I do. It's second empty. So. What you need to do is keep an eye on your plate, because you will get into it and you'll be going, oh, this is deadly. And then there's no bloody taste. So that fella has been in there pretty much since I've been talking to Eli. And hi Mike. And I'll come back to you. Hold on a second, lads. Just give me 1 second. Share. Did not know you could do that. Very handy. We learn every day, lads. So, yeah, back on. So I'm going to put this down out of the way for a minute, and I'm going to prepare my clay. prepare my clay exactly the same way every single time. And this is all warmed up. It is Shavant NSP, and what it is medium, and it could be in the oven a little bit longer. If it wasn't in the oven, that would be really hard to do. And what's handy is not with this shim, the one to get in Halford, that's the one I use. There's a process for when you're making prosthetics, and it's making the blending, the bleed, and the cut line. These are kind of most people aren't going to know. But if you have the clay warmed up sufficiently enough, that the cut line is roughly 3 mil thick. You could cut down with the shim. You cut that and get it 2 to 3 mil thick. But trying to do that with a cold block, my God, that's hard. You need a cost for that. Instagram, we back. So as I said, cut the warm up the block. Warm up the block. Chris X's noses. Snap it. I'm just going to do this quickly. Usually always just prepare before you come on because it's the boring stage. I've done it. Annoying. Then I'm going to have to do a new block anyway, so to see that anyway. So as I said, lads, if you want to do the skull workshop, I'm going to set that up and send me a message and let me know roughly how many people are interested. I've 4 people so far. So send me a message if you want to get a little preview, size-wise, that sort of stuff. Just look on the website under the stream section and scope the scope. And what I would love is even after this, share this around, share the lives, even share it now. Share it, show people that that you're looking at this, so, and see if we can get more people in on it. And let's get people, as many people as we can. That's my goal. I want to try and get as many people sculpting as possible. And if there's techniques that people don't know and would like to learn, and that I can teach from my playroom here, literally my playroom or my kids' playroom, let's do it. Well, the only thing I would ask, now I'm doing lots of work here, lads, so the only thing I would ask you is to share this call out, and let's try and get as many people doing this as possible. So with the skull, I am going to do some posts up, so share it out and let's try and get as many people doing it as possible. To do it, you're going to need to have actually, you don't. You could use your computer. You don't need to print it off at all. It just would be handy because it is a PDF. So it would be the exact size it's supposed to be. But the only thing you need is a block of Shavant. So get a block of Shavant, and we will work together over the internet, and let's try and get rake skulls. And the reason why I've started with skull is that's the foundation of being able to do something like this. And then what I want to do is set up a gallery with everybody's skulls. That's important. You show off your work. Keep in your bedroom. And it doesn't matter how good or how bad it is. What's important is that you did it. Let's try and get many people doing it. Danny, what's the story? Let me ask you a question, Danny. When you come on here, is Glenn in another room watching this at the same time, or are you watching it together? Is it couple time? Is it? So I'm nearly finished this, and then I'm going to continue on making this sugar. It's a lot of talk and no action on this one. Where we will. I have to get this shoulder done before I want to do anything else, even just for the soul. With these, if you pack them too much, same room, so you're in separate rooms, is it? If you pack them into the cup, they take a long time to heat. If you just drop them in, and I always have 6 cups on the go all the time. So if I want full one, put half of it in another cup, it will heat up quicker. So both of you are sculpting at the same time. Cool. Momo, what's the story? Momo, don't know if you know. You're going to do the skull with me. You want to do sculpt the skull. So have a look at the website. I've done off a template, and I'm going to announce it next week. What my exactly what we're going to do. So have a look. The bit's falling down on the inside here, and I just want to stick it up. Again, I don't use glue. I use clay. The reason why I use the clay is so I can reuse it later. Sometimes I do up temperature on this. Just be careful when you do that. You remember to do that, or you're going to have molten clay. And that's not funny. That really is not funny. So I put that up to 100. That's danger molten lava stuff. So just be careful. And again, I'm going to squish this down 3 mil. And put on tin foil. Other thing that oven does is this is a small room, and all the technology just behind that bloody camera and the heat in here. So I'm in a pair of shorts in here, lads, and it's phenomenal. Danny, I'm taking a leaf out of your book. Shorts, and that oven. It is well 70 degrees most of the time, so it's still banging out heat. So it's hot in here. Now I want to get a layer on it, and once I've got the layer on it, you can once I've got the layer on it, what I can do is push it out, push it in. What I might want to do is split it and split it apart. Just put more clay on. Now, what might happen as well is those cracks happen yesterday because I was bashing and trying to put some shape on them. It doesn't bother me at all. A bit of clay, they're gone. So, we'll go through with more. And the reason why I've slowed down a little bit, that the clay is not warm enough, and I want to move this on really quickly. So I'm going to try and make this ridge that I've created the other side. It's like classical sculpt. See that there, so it slopes out and finishes the edge really, really nicely. there. So I'm doing that the other side. So what I want to do is, um, well, what I do have, I don't have it here, but what I do have is, and I got it from Aldi, brilliant. It's an angle finder, looks like a ruler, and it can find the angle perfectly for me. At the minute, I'm just going to guesstimate. And then I'm going to add on tape and get it all right. I'm going to show this visually and actually just so. The tinfoil method is a bit awkward. It's not, but it's only awkward if you um, haven't made it a foundation for something that's rock solid, which I know I have. Once you've done that, it ain't gonna be good. And if you're in a hurry like me, well, I'm not going to say it, but I want to move it on. And take some clay out of the bigger cups, transfer them into cups that are half empty. It will melt. I'm going to notch that up. 110. So if you're going to do stuff like that, lads, keep an eye on the bloody oven because it will turn into a volcano of clay. It will burn you. The only reason I'm doing that is because now what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a clay around here, and then I'm going to cut. I'll use a knife, a clay knife. These are really handy. These ones here, and you didn't need to sharpen them. It's a pottery knife, really good, strong. I'm going to cut that down, and then I'm going to start on the side. So rather than me trying to fiddle around with it, trying to be nice and neat now, I'm going to cut it nice and neat once I've got this one. So sausages. So is everybody sculpting or people just looking at me sculpting? Because that'd be terrible, lads. Paddy, I know you're sculpting. Glenn, you should be sculpting. Danny, don't know if you're sculpting anymore. I know you were sculpting. So what are you doing at the minute? Please. What are you sculpting? Let's see what I'm sculpting. What are you sculpting? Mike, I get it that listen to me is all beautiful and wonderful. Get some bloody clay. Yeah. No, the good thing, as just said, he left it at 100 degrees, which reminded me to drop it down, and it went molten. Now, when it goes molten, that's fucking dangerous. But you actually might want to do that, and what you could do is do a life cast, and if you don't have a hot top, you could put a pot in there, melt it all down, pour it into the life cast. Sorry, not the life cast, the actual the mold, and make a Javant life cast of somebody's face. And handy way of doing it, but just be careful if you're not going to be using it for that, because you just take your hands off. getting onto the cast next week. Life sculpt for a uni assignment. So when it's a life sculpt, is that full body? Is it a head? Is it a cliche? What is it? You can see how thin this is. It's literally that thin. It's the anatomy is completely wrong, lads. So that is not something that I've been concentrating on. I'm just trying to get this. You can see that. That's a fair amount of pressure being put on that. It will stand. Just a head. Cool. Is it a particular head? Is it your head or is it our photographs? What is it? That there will stand. Big time. Then I'm going to walk into it. On the front here, I haven't done it this way. On the front here, I've packed it to put that much tinfoil. Obviously, if I pack all of that in there, that's a bucket load of tinfoil. You're just wasting money. So that's why I've done this way. So I'm going to bend this around. I'm going to get this clay. Get this clay in, not just on the edge, but in underneath a bit, and to create a little bit of an edge on this so that it can be absolutely solid. Now, that there has taken me the whole of this to do that. This stuff does take time to do that. So, who is going to sculpt the skull with me? So you have loads of lovely photographs and reference. Cool. Good way to do it. Same with me, because it's great having the model in front of you, but that is a luxury, really. Whereas if you can do it this way, great way of adding another skill onto your bow, like Madam Tussauds. Eva, have you done already? So, Glenn, haven't you done? Aidan, have you done? Rockabilly 100. Send me a message if you want to do the skull with me. Shona, cool. Send me a message of whoever wants to do it, so I can so I know who wants to do it, and I can sort of plan and prep a little bit. I'm just getting this up. Once I've done that, lads, I am done because I'm fucking ready. Just doing that bit. Now I haven't worried about the anatomy at all. I'm just trying to build up this form. I'm roughly getting to that shape, but I'm not really thinking about it. That's it. So I'm actually like you probably call this the amateur, really. That's what I'm doing. Hammer eating, what's the story? Let me see. I will if I can get the clay in time. Well, don't worry about in time. So, like God knows, I don't know how long we're going to be like this. So I'm sort of wrecking my head, not wrecking it, but thinking about things of how we could do it. So, sculpt the skull is one, and we can start doing it. And I'm announcing it on Wednesday. So you have like order it today, and what I'm going to do. I'm busy next week, so I'm only announcing it next week. And so possibly we could start the week after. So I'm giving you ample time to get clay. So get the clay. As I said, you can get it from RPM. If you can get it from MBFG, RPM, Titanic, Neil's Materials, Mold Life. All of this we will have. I know for a fact Mold Life just got a new shipment. 'Cause, 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 'cause Oh, Paul. Oh, how are you? Cool. I have your name already down. So I know that you're definitely doing. So get some clay, lads, and hopefully you'll, if you're in for a chance, if you've done it, to win some sculpting tools, you'll win some sculpting tools and use the sculpt with them. I can see. The first thing I can see. This roughly is roughly 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 getting there. That roughly you do, but that's amazing. 17 and a half, or 175. 175, yeah, and it's bang on 175. That's right, and that's what I wanted to get right. This ridge, so it will hold everything else up. In here is not, and I can even see it's not. But there is a muscle from here. There's a muscle doing the right hand side. See that muscle there? Goes up from the back of the head, and it's the main muscle that goes across and then the shoulder, but also goes down the front. And unfortunately, don't really make the muscles. That there is too low. It needs to be built up and wrap around. This needs to go higher. So I will then raise it up. Can you see that I'm raising? Can you see it cracking? That's more clay. And that's going to need more clay as well. That's okay. Not a perfect system, lads, but what it does is an MBFG of 98 blocks. Lads, MBFG will have the stuff to your door really quickly. They're a brilliant company. Arachnid Effects in Dublin have supplies and are still delivering. No, I know Arachnid do. I have seen them. So get a block of clay, lads. Now, what I'm thinking of doing is do a competition for clay. I don't use this anymore, so I'm going to give this away for nothing. But I have to figure out how much is it going to cost me to send, even if I can send it. So that's one thing I have to figure out first, before I commit to doing that. And then I go, that's €50, Mr. McDonald. I'm going, okay. And if you want a sneaky peek, I'm going to launch it next week. Go onto the website after we're finished, and on the streams, live streams, you can see a tab for this stuff. Again, you don't have to be in the industry. I'm not doing this just for people who are in the industry. You don't have to be overly proficient with sculpting. What better way to learn than to actually spend some time doing it instead of watching? Well, not instead of watching Netflix, but watching Netflix. Cool, you're in. So have a look at the website and download it. It's a PDF. And what I would ask people is, I've done a bit of work on this, so I'm going to do a hell of a lot more. Share it around, and let's get as many people doing this as we possibly can. Again, the actual, it's made out in squares. The actual squares, skulls. When you're doing skull, it's handy to remember. There's thirds. It's done in thirds, so it's very easy to follow. Remember when you were a kid and you had a grid and you copied? I used to do murals a lot, and I've copied stuff using a grid. It's exactly the same method, but with three-dimensional. Now, just be careful when you crack it, because you've created a bit of a weakness in it, so use one clay, build it up again. Now I see that there, they've made it look like it's bloody easy, but I'll tell you, it's not. It is a ton. Now, I know that there's elements of this off. I also know there's elements of this is 100% accurate. Feck, you're in. Cool. Rebecca, are you going to sculpt the skull? If you haven't seen it, Rebecca, I'm doing sculpt the skull, and it's up on the website, and I'm giving all you need, reference-wise to sculpt the skull. All you need is some clay, and if you want to do it, send me a message, and I'll tell you where you can get your clay. So there's bits on this I know is off. There's little bits on this I know is absolutely bang on and correct. As I said, the other side is exactly the same size as here. And turn this fella and make it look a lot easier than it bloody is. Measure twice that. It's actually smaller. What's the rest? Cool. Right, 4 minutes, and then I'm bubbling off. So, it's the weekend. As well, lads, if you like what I'm doing, do me a favor, share the stuff around, and my goal is to get as many people doing this as possible. I said this last week about sculpting a skull, and I am going to put a hell of a lot of effort into it, and you're going to learn. It's free, and all I ask is that I haven't asked for anything doing this stuff. Is that like it, comment on it, share it, and let's get this out there all over the place. Get that the right side a little bit. I know that that's the right height. That's a little bit more. So time that. And you can see, I'm just going to show you, and what I'm going to do here, I'm going to show you. Let me see this. Yeah. There, this muscle, that's the muscle I'm talking about. It starts up here, comes down and around. There, a big hollow right in there. What I'm going to do is to build that hollow up, I'm just going to get a sausage of tin foil. Oh, I'm throwing a sausage of tin foil. Put it in here as if it's the muscle, and build it up, because I know this is the only shape here, and that is just not looks like a hit by a baseball bat. But once I have this and solid, I know I can add on to that. So I'm not really worried about that. Oh yeah, Amory's just saying she remembers one of my murals. I had a mural, and thanks for bringing that up, Amory. I had a mural in my bedroom. I was an absolute, and I mean absolute, Sullivan and Bluth fan, massive fan. And I went to their studios, which were off Phoenix Park, and they were doing All Dogs Go to Heaven at that time. But what I absolutely loved when I was a kid was Feifel Mouskevich from American Kid. So I had a Feifel Mouskevich on a bar of soap. You know the scene when he's left the ship and he's floating down the river, and there's a sort of moorings left, right, and centre, and he's flowing through them. So that's what I had on my bedroom wall for the Express. Actually, still on it because my mum wallpaper over it because she didn't want to get rid of it. So that's what murals I used to do. Amy, thanks very much for bringing that up. Gemma, what's the story? Jessica, how's it going? See, me, Jessica, not seeing, but I haven't seen you in a wee while. But maybe I just haven't seen. So, lads, this is my last bit of tape. Ding, it's off. So I'm going to put this on again. I'm going to say, have an absolutely fabulous weekend, and I will see you lot on Wednesday for the results of those tools for the giveaway, and I will also fully announce the skull and when I'm going to start it, sculpt the skull. And so, if you, all I would ask is like it, comment on it, share it around. Let's get it out there, and many people doing it as possible. And you don't, and you should say that to people. You don't have to be brilliant at stuff to be able to do this at all. Somebody has to, you have to start somewhere. So, so long, lads, and I'll see you on Wednesday. Go to Mahagat Paddy. I would never fucking remember what I have waxy hands. Zoe, how's it going? Annie Walsh, what's the story? Sorry, he's coming in at the end. I'm finishing up. Have a look at the replay. It's on. It's on.